Okay, so sometimes to ease your storage issues you have to turn your world upside down. Well, a bit of it. This is the upside down aircraft locker door hack. Snappy title. Okay, so overhead lockers or aircraft lockers are quite a common format on vans, particularly home conversions. Some of them are open fronted, but many of them have got locker doors, as mine have. And the general principle, they come in all shapes and sizes, of course, but the general principle is the same. The locker door hinges up. It will stay in an up position with, say, a gas starter or a manual stay or a crank hinge or a kitch hinge, something along those lines. You put your stuff in or out and you drop it back down again and you latch it. However, if you're like me, you've got just too much crap in there really for the size of the locker, because it's small and you take loads of stuff away and you need loads of stuff. And so what I find is I'm taking stuff out to get to other stuff that I need because it's in the way, and I'll be putting it down on the sofa or temporarily on the coffee table, then pushing it all back again. A bit of hassle. And then I had this brainwave that I wish I'd had 7 or 8 years ago when I built the van, whenever it was, and which I've not seen on other vans. I can't believe someone hasn't done it, and I'm sure someone's going to write in after this video and say, yep, I've been there, done that, already got it. What I did is I reset the doors so they opened the other way, so they're effectively upside down. Instead of lifting up, they drop down. And by dropping them down, I've then got a flat platform that I can put the crap on, shuffle things around while I'm getting stuff in and out, and not have to temporarily dump things onto the sofa or wherever. It really has been a game changer for me, and I just don't know why I didn't think of it sort of when I was building the van. Now, I've used gas struts, and if you get geometry right on that, I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. They're really good because, first of all, they're soft open. Okay, you can see in the video, nice soft open. But also, when you put them up, they'll hold the locker door closed because they'll over center, and so you don't need a catch. So it's quite impressive. I was amazed when I got this worked out. I used an 80 Newton gas strut on my lockers, but what I suggest, if you're going to do that, do a mock-up in your workshop first with a couple of bits of crappy wood the same size. It should have been easy for me. It's embarrassing. It should have been easy for me to work out geometry, because my degree is in mechanical engineering. As part of the degree, we had to do machine design, and we would calculate what happened to a piece of machine that moved here, what the effect of it would be on a part here, if there's sort of 7 or 8 pieces in between. Well, of course, this gas strut's only got 4 moving bits, and that includes the actual platform. So it should have been easy. It wasn't. It took me a few sort of empirical tries, but once I got it right, it was great. And the key thing is, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute, get the geometry right by over-centering one of the pivots to inside the locker. It will keep itself closed as well. So let's have a look at that now. So there's my very crude mock-up. A couple of crap bits of wood, but the key thing is the same height as my locker. The bit on the left represents the actual structure of the locker, and the bit on the right represents the actual locker door. And there you go, flip it off and it drops down and leaves the platform to put all the crap on. So let's look at a picture. Just look at the geometry. So, I had to have a play around here, but that's, you can see lots of screws on the bit of wood, where I was moving the hinge point back and forth. As I said, I should be able to do this on a bit of paper easily, but that's the right position for my size. And you see that I've put the hinge point on a block of wood. I've raised it off the platform. And that means that when you close it, it will actually be inside the locker, further in than the line of the top hinge point. And by doing that, the piston effectively will over center, then push back out again, and that will keep the locker door closed. So look, unless you really know your onions, and I clearly should have and I didn't, I would do a mock-up, because once you get it right, it's brilliant. Okay, so I'm actually loving this hack, and it's just made things so much easier. I was always putting stuff on the sofa to organise things. So if you're in primary build, you might want to give it some consideration, or if you are a real boring van nerd like me, you might want to do a retro hack on your existing rig. However, be aware, when the locker door comes down, it is in fact pushing you away from from the entrance of the locker, if you like, which is fine over the sofa bed because the sofa's doing that in any case, but you need to be careful thinking where you're going to apply it. So for my rig, it would not work, for example, in the overhead locker that I use for storing food, because I'm in a very constrained area, and the shower cubicle is sort of keeping me quite close to the surface, and it would just be in the way. So just be careful where you think about deploying it, if you like the idea. But yeah, over the sofa, ideal. Upside down aircraft locker door hack. It doesn't get any snappier.